What's going on, people? It is Irish Gunner HD here, you can call me Irish, and today you're going to be watching some TDM on Canals. Now, I know, nobody wants to watch TDM on Canals because it's TDM on Canals. Everyone's seen it, everyone knows it, it's been done to death, there's nothing exciting. But it's pretty much all I've been playing lately, and I'm like, I feel just personally, and I'm going to be quite honest, that's where Battlefield is for me right now. We've had a good 2.5 years or so, like I don't know the exact date, but like it's a good 2 years at least of this game, and I'm basically just waiting for Battlefield 4 now, so I want my fix of the gunplay, I want my fix of the weaponry and stuff like that before Battlefield 4 comes out, but I don't want to deal with the way people play the game anymore in the actual game modes. For example, Capture the Flag, okay, so I had an amazing game of Capture the Flag the night before last, and it was really good. It was amazing. I'm really disappointed that I didn't record it because I joined in a little bit late. It was 2 flag caps to 1 in my team's favour, and it went on back and forth. They captured one more flag, we captured a couple, and then I actually won us the game. We won 6. I can't remember exactly, but I think it was 6 flags to 2. In the time limit, I can't remember exactly how Capture the Flag works in terms of like the end of the game, but what I remember at least is 6 flags to 2, and I got the winning cap. I ran in on foot, evaded tank fire, evaded small arms fire from the other infantry guys. I managed to run in, bail out on foot, again being suppressed as hell, missing tank fire and all that, just barely managing to get away. And I ran back all the way to our base, and I captured the flag, and we won the game. And I got a good KD, and I captured the flag to win the game, and I helped defend flags and return flags and stuff like that, and it was an amazing game. Again, really snapping that disappointed that I wasn't recording. And here's one of them just like, oh no, seriously, come on. I had him, like, I tried to be smart and go for the knife, whereas I should have just shot him. But yeah, anyway, my topic for today is the use of M16s and AEKs and shotguns and stuff like that. And I know it's been done to death, and everyone knows that the M16A3 is like the taboo weapon now. And what happened here? The lag that I experienced in this moment. I managed to get the kill, like we traded, but like it was weird. There was so much lag all of a sudden in that like 5 seconds or so. But yeah, like, so I know, just to finish off my point about showing TDM. I know you don't want to see TDM, but it's literally all I'm playing, unfortunately. So yeah, so to get into it, the use of AEKs and M16s and M416s and shotguns and all that, in the big game modes, in the game modes where, like, objective play matters, like, I call them actual game modes, air quotes, if you want to put them in there, like Conquest and Rush and Capture the Flag and all them, like, actual game modes where you're fighting over an objective and it's a big team-based effort. If you want to go try hard in them game modes, like, this is my stance on it. If you want to go try hard in those game modes, be my guest. I will happily just shut up and watch you kick ass with your M16. But when it comes to team deathmatch, and unfortunately this actual game wasn't the best, it wasn't the best example of it. I'd played about 3 or 4 games before this of TDM again, which put this video topic idea into my head, where every time I died, it was to an M16. If it wasn't to an M16, it was to an M416. If it wasn't to an M16 or an M416, it was to an AEK. And if it wasn't to any of them, it was a shotgun. Now, I understand there's a skill to be had with shotguns. If you miss your first shot or 2, you're in trouble. Like, you need to get the fuck out of dodge, basically, because your opponent is more than likely using a fully automatic weapon. So, like, you're kind of in trouble if you don't get those first shots on target. But a lot of the people that use shotguns, they know how to use them. Like, they know how to get on target. Like, that's their whole reason for using them. Unless they're like a complete noob and they're just trying to learn how to use them. But for the most part, shotguns are pretty much one-hit kills. Like, but my main problem is with M16s, and I know that's what everyone else's main problem is. It's like, it's obviously, okay, so I've seen a video in the last couple of months. It was a very good video that states that it's not OP, like, it's not overpowered, but the fact that it's better, like, it's really good at everything, makes it essentially overpowered. There's a difference between being the best at everything and being overpowered, and I recognise that. But with the M16 being the best at everything, it is technically overpowered, because yeah, you'll lose out to like an F2000 in close quarters, and you'll lose out to like a, I don't know, for example, like a Scar H or a Scar L, as I'm using in this gameplay. You'll lose out to that most of the time in long range. But the fact that it's so strong at all ranges means that it's obviously going to be one of the best games, or the best guns in the game. And again, going back to my point, if you're playing objective game mode where you are actually... I'm not going to even touch on the whole idea of a tryhard, because shut the fuck up. If you're calling someone a tryhard, you need to reevaluate your life. Someone that plays a game always tries hard. Unless you're just trying to goof around and use stupid weapons, which I do most of the time, personally. Unless you're just goofing around using stupid weapons and stupid setups and all that. If you're playing to win, or if you're playing to finish top of the scoreboard, if you're playing to do really well, you're a tryhard. There's no way about it. So the whole tryhard ideology, just shut the fuck up. If you call someone a tryhard, you need to just take some kind of medicine, because you're obviously an idiot. But it's just my main problem, and sorry it's taken me this long to get into my main problem, is the use of those weapons in TDM. I don't get it. Like, I've touched on this in videos and on Twitter in the past. I genuinely don't get why people use M16s and M416s and shotguns and all in Team Deathmatch. Team Deathmatch is a thing where it doesn't matter. Nobody is impressed if you finish top of a scoreboard on TDM. Yeah, obviously if you go 101 in TDM, that's still fairly impressive, but if you reach the 101 using an M416 or an M16, that means nothing. Like, anyone that knows anything about this game knows that, like, finishing 101, yeah, obviously, okay, I'm exaggerating a little bit, obviously any kind of 101 finish is impressive. But, like, for the most part, if you're doing well in TDM and you're using an M16, it's not impressive. Nobody's impressed by that. You're not proving your skills to anyone because you're using the best weapons in the game. But my biggest problem with it is with using an M16 or a 416 or an AK, or even in the other classes, like say using an M98B if you're going to snipe people, or using a M27 IAR if you're going to be using the support class. If you're using the best weapon in any class in TDM, you're playing TDM wrong, because the whole point of TDM is to experiment and try out the crazy setups and try out the silly guns that don't do as much damage and aren't as fast firing and all that. TDM is a place to just get to know those weapons and have a good time with them weapons, and like, just experiment and mess around and see what you like and see what you don't like and all. So why every single time I play TDM, I come across people using the M16 with the A, or with the Cobra or the reflex sight, with like that kind, like I call it the air quotes rival X Factor setup, because they wouldn't know about it if it wasn't for rival X Factor or level cap or those kind of guys. Like, why would you use the very best setup in like the stupidest game mode where you're just meant to mess around and just kill people? I don't get it. And it's the same with the AEK, whether they're using the AEK with the foregrip and the heavy barrel, or the M4A1, or the, again, I've said the weapons, but like, why you'd only ever use the best weapons or one-shot shotguns kind of thing, like one-shot kill shotguns in TDM, really just boggles my mind. I don't get it. I don't think people, like, I can't change it now, it's too late in the game. Maybe people just don't care the same way as I do. Like, the game's gotten to a certain point in its lifespan, they don't care anymore, and they're just going to use whatever they want, and they just want to kill people, whatever it's that. But if you're one of them people that goes into a TDM server and just uses an M16A3 with the foregrip and heavy barrel and the Cobra or the red dot sight, dude, make a change, do something else, try something else, because you're not impressing anyone with your score, you're not impressing anyone with your air quote skills, because you don't have any, like, in my personal opinion. And I know it's a somewhat controversial opinion, and it's not something that everyone's going to be like agreeing with or happy about, but that's just the way I find it. So the video's over there. It wasn't an amazing game, it wasn't a terrible game, it was just a game. If you enjoyed the video, please do leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new here. Thanks for watching the video, and goodbye.